Hey everyone, it's Lisa from lisasspiritreadings.com, and tonight we are going to do pick a card, and this is for what your spirit guides want you to know the most. Hope you guys are doing well. I've had a few technical difficulties tonight, so hoping this goes okay and without any technical difficulties. I am a new channel, so if you like my video, please like the video, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I hope to do more of these. I'm going to experiment with different questions and things. So we've got 3 stacks, and you have your choice of 1, 2, or 3, the cat, the large amethyst, or the small one. I'll give you guys a minute. I'm also going to pull an oracle card for you for the general feel of the reading. And this is from, why can't I ever remember the name of this? The Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. They're pretty cool. It's a pretty cool oracle deck. And then I will shuffle your stack from the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, so hopefully everybody has picked their stack. I'm going to move these 2 off to the side, and we're going to do stack number 1, which was the cat. I'm going to start with your oracle card. Shuffle these for a minute. So we have partnerships and alliances. This is the number 3, and this has to do with obviously working with others, partnerships, alliances with other people. So we will see what your spirit guides have in store for you. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your stack a little here. And this is for what your spirit guides want you to know the most right now. Go ahead and take a look. Spirit guides, please show us what you want. Everybody that chose stack 1, what you want them to know the most, please, for their highest good. Please and thank you. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands, King of Wands, 4 of Swords, the Chariot, and the 8 of Swords. Quick look here. So you have 2 wands, 2 swords, and the Chariot, which is about movement. So wands can represent fire signs. They're about creativity. They could be about career, your job. They also can deal with partnerships with other people, working with other people. The first card, the 7 of Wands, which, by the way, these are beautiful cards. You can see the 7 wands down below, and they are different colors, which can represent different cultures, different people. She's in a meditative state here. on her cushion with pretty much, the world and in her thoughts surrounding her. Wands are pretty fast-moving energy, and this is a 7. So it's something that's needs to be worked with fairly soon as far as timing. And then next we have the King of Wands. This can represent a person in your life, an older person. It can represent somebody you're in a relationship with. The King of Wands has already, achieved some things as far as career-wise, and he can represent a stronger person in your life as far as a male. He's got his single wand here, and he's got a line behind him which represents strength. So this could be you here with the 7, and this King of Wands could be the person that you might be entering in a partnership with, or you're already in a partnership with. But you also have the 8 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. And the swords are about, they represent the air. They can represent air signs. But I feel these cards are about you personally, and perhaps your thoughts surrounding the King of Wands here and your relationship or partnership with this person. Maybe you're in business with this person. The 4 of Swords here suggests, that you need to rest. So maybe you've had a difficult time. Maybe you feel overworked. The 4 of Swords is saying, you know what, chill out, get in your nest here and rest. You're overworked, you're tired, you may be all up in your head. So this seems to be something that's been on your mind lately, this partnership with this person or people. It could be people also. The 8 of Swords, this is a reflection. This is your true reality, and this is how you see yourself in the mirror. And these are your thoughts. You feel wrapped up in your thoughts. It could be irrational thoughts. It's a card of a lot of anxiety as far as thoughts that you're having, thoughts about this partnership, this relationship. The Chariot here can symbolize travel. Perhaps you might have traveled with this person, people, or you're going to. It can also represent some balancing of the two sides. So I feel like you need to balance. Maybe you've got some ideas that this person isn't willing to look at. Some new, creative thoughts around work or the relationship. And maybe the other person's not willing to see them. And so maybe you've been struggling with that a bit, and it's been causing you some anxiety, which can be shown here in the 8 of Swords. But Spirit wants you to know that you might be working too hard. You might be thinking too hard about this partnership, about this alliance, and you need to take a step back and kind of go within yourself, retreat a little bit, so that you can balance out these thoughts you're having surrounding this person or partnership. And once you do that, you'll get a handle on this, and you'll gain some momentum and some movement, symbolized here with the Chariot. And then things will start to turn around a little bit. So I'm feeling right now, for anybody that picked pile 1, that this is what your spirit guides want you to know. that you need to take some time out for yourself, take some time out with your thoughts, meditate on the situation a little bit, and you'll be much better off for that in the long run. So I hope that helps you out. Anybody that was with pile 1 here, and I'm going to try and push this down a little bit so you can see better. Okay. So now we are on to pile 2, which was the larger stone. I'm going to grab the oracle cards again and see what your spirit guides want you to know. Spirit guides, what message do you have for the people that chose pile 2? What do you want them to know? Spirit and spirit guides, what is your overall message for them tonight? Please and thank you. Okay, so we've got positive movement forward. It's a ship sailing, not a ship, a sailboat. Sorry, it's getting late for me here on the East Coast. So this has, Spirit wants you to move in for some reason here with something, and the 8 does symbolize some movement along with the color red, which is common with fire signs. So we will see what else Spirit has in store for you. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards a little bit. I shuffled them beforehand and when I did the piles, but just like to shuffle them again. Spirit guides, what would you like? Everybody that chose the large stone. Okay, we have one flying out. We've got the Lovers. The Empress. Page of Wands. The Hermit. 8 of Cups. Definitely about positive movement forward. Definitely. You've got 3 major arcana cards, Page of Wands and the 8 of Cups. You've got the Lover's card here as the first card, which is usually about relationships, which is kind of obvious from the card. However, I feel this is more about positive movement within yourself and loving yourself. I don't feel this involves somebody else, and I feel like it's a relationship with yourself. This is the only card here where there is, a male figure here, or a female if you're the opposite sex, but all the rest are actually female cards, especially the Empress. The Empress is the most nurturing energy. She's got the world in her belly, so it's about feminism, and kind of, you can think of it as a Mother Earth type of energy. The moon's up here, the world's here, and she's secure in herself, and she's very nurturing, very loving. And the Page of Wands here, you can see she's throwing up the wand up in the air, and it's kind of circulating around. Pages are usually, it can be a younger energy. This could relate to a younger female, or a newer idea, spark of creativity. I feel that, though, as if this is kind of the new you emerging after your positive movement forward to be more nurturing toward yourself, more loving toward yourself. By going in, here we've got the Hermit. Let me get a little closer here. And within the Hermit, you've got these steps to walk up, and you're going within. You put your lantern down here. You don't really need your lantern at this point. You're going to go within to find your own light, to guide your own way. And this is your positive movement forward here with the Hermit, taking that climb to your inner self, your higher, your intuitive self. And then the last card, the Eight of Cups, is about emotions. You're walking away. You've dealt. You've struggled with the emotions. You've dealt with that. You don't want it anymore. You're walking away from it. You're walking into the sun over here in the distance. The water's here. And you've just, you've had enough with that. So this is about that positive movement forward. And again, here with the first card, the Lovers, that's, love yourself. That again is the fire energy. So it's strong, it's faster moving. Inside, you've got her. You have the Empress. You've got to nurture yourself, take care of yourself. Maybe, take a spa day. Maybe a bath, a book, meditate, whatever. Play with some cards, some tarot cards. And the Page of Wands, that new spark, that new, that Empress emerging. Never forgetting to really go within. Take that time out for yourself. With the Hermit, like the Hermit card suggests here. And then the Eight of Cups, you're releasing that emotional baggage. You're releasing those things that no longer serve you. And you're turning into a new person, perhaps turning over a new leaf. So your spirit guides want you to know to keep moving. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. Fall in love with yourself again. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about a relationship right now. Go within and do the work, as Iyanla Vanzant would say. I love her. But I hope this helped everybody who picked pile 2. And now we're going to go ahead and do the last pile, which is pile 3. Get my cards situated over here. Here we have our pile 3. Let me know how you like the Light Seers Tarot in the comments. If you like it. I love it. I love the artwork. I love the way it sparks the intuition. And I think it's great for inner work. Messages from spirit guides like we're doing. Trying to get your oracle shuffled. Let me do that first. Spirit guides, what message do our pile 3 people most need to hear? Spirit and spirit guides, what message would you like to tell everybody that picked pile 3 tonight? What do they most need to hear, please? So we've got deception and envy. Similar to a sword card, this is about thoughts. It can be about emotion, but deception and envy, those are kind of some negative thoughts that you can have in your head. Maybe you're deceiving yourself. Maybe your spirit guides want you to know, you're deceiving yourself somehow. You're not maybe being true to yourself. You're being too envious of other people, perhaps. Maybe what, materialistic things, what they have, that type of thing. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. Shuffle your pile for a minute here and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Spirit and spirit guides, what do you want them to know? What message do they need the most? What is the message that they need to know the most? Please and thank you. High Priestess. Knight of Swords. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Got some sword energy going on in here. Nine of Wands. Your spirit guides definitely want you to know that you're also a bit in your head too much. Seems to be the theme for tonight. The High Priestess is you after dealing with the deception and envy. And maybe perhaps it is another person, but it might be too much of a bad thing as far as your thoughts. It could have to do with a person here with the Knight of Swords. He's got a bow and arrow here. The sword is up here represented by the crow in these cards. And knights are about fast movement, and he's charging forward towards this motorcycle here. The High Priestess, absolutely the most spiritual card, I believe, in the deck. And you probably can't see it from there, but if her eyelids are closed, but her eyes are actually open, that means being evolved, living in your crown chakra, going within, balance, meditating, being in a meditative state, to where these thoughts won't get to you and they won't overwhelm you. Ace usually is about new beginnings. This is a sword, so it's a fast-moving energy, very fast thoughts. It can be a spark of creativity, but I think here it's connecting in with the Two of Swords especially. This is a decision to be made. It's a struggle in your head between two things. Maybe between this deception and envy. but I don't really feel it's coming from another person. I feel as if it's something that you're perceiving. Um, you're you're perceiving that somebody may be deceiving you, or you're deceiving yourself. Maybe you're not being true to yourself. You could be too envious of other people. Not, like I said before, not thankful for what you do have. And the Two of Swords is about freeing this blindfold from yourself and kind of cutting through those swords. That can represent a fire sign. I'm sorry, not a fire sign, an air sign. You can tell it's getting later and later. An air sign, so it is fast moving. The Knight of Swords is extremely fast moving up here. Very fast. The Nine of Wands. This is conquering right here. This, to me, she's conquering. At the same time, you feel blocked. You feel like, you can see the wands, these wands that are standing upright here. You're holding one there. It's you've conquered most of them. You still have to get over this little hurdle. This little hurdle right here is nothing. That's how you're going to feel after cutting through the chase, cutting through the thick of it. Dealing with this deception and envy. Somebody might have a mask on. I feel as though you have a mask on you need to take off in some shape or form. This is you. Take that mask off and reveal who you truly are. You're the High Priestess. You can get to that point. We all can. It's a struggle. A lot of times it's a struggle. We all know that. I know that. But try not to let your thoughts take over. And when you do that, you'll be able to get to this point. That deception and envy will be gone. If it is somebody else, if you're that highly evolved, you're not going to be bothered. You'll walk away from the person or situation that you feel envious of, or you feel like you're being deceived in some manner. If it's if it's their mask they're wearing, then you just, you get away from it. You let go of things that aren't serving you. If it's yourself, it's the same thing. And it's actually more difficult because it's yourself and you can't really walk away from yourself. You can change and evolve into the High Priestess here. And you can do it pretty quickly. You've got the Knight of Swords here and the Ace of Swords. You've got new thinking that has to be done. And to conquer this, the new thinking, to conquer those thoughts, to conquer the struggles, to deal with your internal struggle you've got going on with your thoughts about this. And in the end, you'll be definitely better for it. And that is what your spirit guides want you to know tonight. And I hope everybody enjoyed this reading. And if you did, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And if you subscribe, that way you'll be notified when I go live, when I do, or when I put a new video on. And I hope everybody has a fabulous Saturday night wherever you are. And I'm going to try and do another video tomorrow of some type, if I can squeeze it in. So thanks, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye.